Hey everyone, welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting and our weekly whatever report. I'm going to try to stay awake. I had a very long week. I had a work thing all week. I was at a conference and got back yesterday. And yeah, pretty much I went to bed early last night, slept a little late, took a nap, and I'm still super tired. It was just kind of stressful, kind of a long week, but it's over and done. I was playing host, so that was part of it. But so we are here. We're going to talk about, got several things to talk about. We'll see what all we get to. A little bit of indie show stuff and news. I did get books from Midtown this week. I did watch the second episode of Moon Knight. Good grief, my eyes are watering. Of Moon Knight yesterday or today. So I have watched that. I'm also, we may go into like my pre-orders for June. So yeah, so we will see. Got several things to get through. Let's see who all is in this chat hanging out with me tonight. We have the Unruly Simeon in here tailgating as always. I need to check one thing. Okay, sorry. Unruly is in here. Black Knight, what is going on, sir? Welcome. Dave Mares, my friend. How's it going? Louis. It is, yes, you remembered it was Saturday. That is good. Let's see. Comics for Blame, liking the Black Widow thumbnail. We'll definitely talk about that a little bit. Dropping off on me late. I was a little late. I was trying to see if the dog was going to behave, and he was kind of acting like he might lay down. And then just as I was getting ready to start, he started barking. So I had to kick him out. So yeah, I was late. West B, what is going on? Planet Arizona, what is up, my friend? Hope you're having a good Saturday and a good weekend. Tacoma Comics is here. There's John. I just was catching him up on some stuff here a little earlier. So, oh, we got a Murder Hobo trade paperback coming out. So there you go. So yeah, so it looks like that is everybody that is in the house so far tonight. So yeah, we have several things to talk about. Like I said, we got I don't even remember where I was gonna go first. So I did have my books come in from Midtown, 2 weeks worth, 7 books. That's not too bad. We had so we'll get to those in just a second. Things I got coming up on the channel. I don't know if I have anything coming up on the channel this week beyond this weekend. Oh, okay. So we're going to do Cash or Trash tomorrow. We're going to do D&D tomorrow night. Tuesday night, we are wrapping up Invincible Ultimate Collection 12. This is the end of the series. I actually read this right after we did episode on 11. Like the next day I read it. Looking forward to talking about this. And I think I'm going to use this, the end of the series, as the break for season 2 of the indie show. I don't have any other indie shows scheduled at the moment. I don't know if I'm really going to take much of a break, but we're going to use this as kind of the end of season 2. And then I'm going to kick off season 3. We've already got one series going for season 3, which is Black Hammer. The Usagi stuff is going to continue indefinitely, probably. At some point, we'll get through that first 7 volumes of Usagi. I do finally going to hopefully start Department of Truth in season 3. And we're going to start Sandman in season 3. Which is another big one between Sandman and Black Hammer. I don't know how much else I'm going to really start. But yeah, is the Spawn hype fading? I'm pushing my Spawn collection, and it seems like more people are selling than buying Spawn right now. Is it just me? I don't know. I've never really been into Spawn. So, yeah. So I'm going to get into that. That was the reason for the thumbnail. When I get into because I have read all my, well, sort of, the comics that I got this week. Tacoma wants to be a part of Sandman. I need to check. I got several people that have asked about Sandman. I need to check with a couple of them and arrange that. I have not arranged a crew for Sandman. The only one I know for sure that is Sandman locked in, that he locked in long ago, is this man. So I need to check. There was one other person that was really in, and then I've had a couple other people mention stuff about being in. So Sam, I am. What is going on? So yeah, Tacoma, I think there's potential I could still get you in. I need to check with them. A couple of people on that one. Comics for Blaine, not knowing Black Widow was ending, so I kind of suspected because I ordered previews and it was not, there was no April, May. Well, technically this was the April one, but it was supposed to come out sooner than this. There was no pre-order in April, no pre-order in May, no pre-order listed for June. So yeah, but we'll get to that in just a second. I guess we can get to that now. So yeah, but indie show wise, those are kind of the things. I may pick another series or two. I know last year I let you guys vote on some stuff, but with all the backup stuff I've already like got going, I don't know that I'm really going to add anything specific to start with. Nice. There you go. So very good. So 7 books that came from Midtown this week. And which is obviously 2 weeks worth of releases, and 2 of them were facsimiles. I did order the Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man #1 facsimile. I ordered most of the Spider-Man facsimiles because they're usually issues I can't afford. So I've ordered most of those. I haven't done all the Marvel ones. Some of them I probably should have and didn't, and then the ASM 238 Hobgoblin facsimile, so those 2 I did order. I wonder if it has the tattoos. It's a facsimile. Does it have the tattoos? I didn't open it up and look. That would be cool if it did. So yeah, I'm gonna get there in a second. Lots to talk about Black Widow, so we'll quickly flip through these other books. Read ASM 93. George, I feel your pain. My friend D-Rod Comics, who's a big fan of Ben Reilly. I felt like this was a lot of like them shooting Nightwing and making him Rick. This was kind of crappy. They treated George's boy Ben really crappy in this, and I don't really understand why. I don't get it. They had false solicitations for 94 and 95. Yeah. No tattoos. Boo. Had tattoos. So yeah, this ends this run of ASM. We're getting in 93. We're going to kick off the next volume with John Romita Jr. back on the art, which is just like, but so anyway, but maybe it'll be, I don't know, maybe it'll be better. ASM has been so blah for so long now that it's just like, yeah. Speaking of blah, Batman 122, which is part of a crossover, the Shadow War thing with a bunch of books I'm not reading, and it just annoys the crap out of me. I don't understand what's going on, and yeah, it's just like, I'm ready for Zerdisky to take over at 125, and see a new direction for Batman as well. So there you go. I did get both covers. I pre-ordered both covers of White Knight. So I did get my both covers. Not sure what I think about this first issue of this one. I'm not sure I appreciate where this is going. Actually, I probably don't appreciate where this is going. We'll see. Well, I mean, I'm going to give it, I've loved everything White Knight so far. I know John despised Curse of the White Knight. I enjoyed Curse of the White Knight. I enjoyed the Harley Quinn one a lot. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. But Everybody, we love Spider-Man. Marvel, let's ruin Spider-Man. Yeah, well, they need to give him. They need to give Spidey a really good artist or a really good writer at this point, and they have not for a while. Yeah, Chip on Batman should be good. Um, they do write a lot of decades, and then last but not least, last and most, is Black Widow 15. So like I said, I had suspected this was the end. I have loved this run a lot. Like I never really was a huge, I never really read any of Natasha's stuff. I mean, some Avengers stuff, and I enjoyed her, but I was not a huge Natasha fan. I didn't know hardly anything about Yelena other than what we'd gotten in the shows and stuff, the movie and stuff, before I picked this up. Um, this series was so good. Like the artists, Casa Grande, uh, Thompson. There's been several comments. They made several comments about thanking people from um, for the run, and and they've kind of indicated this was the. Basically, I got the feeling that this is what they pitched originally. This 15 issue run, and this is all Marvel gave them. Even though clearly, like if you read this, there's no reason for it to end right here. None. Like, I mean, it kind of wraps up this particular arc, but there's no like big. I was a little disappointed by the ending because to me, it wasn't really an ending. All the stuff they're setting up here could continue easily. It was so well done. The the hues covers were fantastic on all of this. They were typical hues, and yet they weren't just overly sexualized. They were like she looked sexy, but they were her doing stuff like the one I picked out. I mean, for the thumbnail cover, there's a lot of them where she's in action poses doing badass things. Um, I will say the wrap up here, like I said, was a little disappointing because it felt a little rushed. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like they got to tell the end. I think this was I don't think it needed another issue. The thing that disappointed me a little bit about this issue was there was a dramatic final panel of 14 and it got fixed in 15 kind of easily, but they'd set up the person that fixes it, they'd set that character up that they could do those kind of things, but it was just kind of, it took some of the drama out of it for me. She did not die. No. This was not a death. This was just, so she did not die during this. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this. I've enjoyed her Captain Marvel stuff for the most part. That's been a little, Captain Marvel's been a little more inconsistent than this was. This was fantastic, pretty much. Really bothered by the last cover with it is kind of, yeah, because I almost used this cover as the thumbnail because it was 15 and in the series, but I would say this is maybe my least favorite cover of the whole series. I would agree with it, Tacoma. Like, yeah, it's just kind of like she's got cut on the back and it bleeds. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird. I don't know. It doesn't work for me, but I am very sad to see it go. They did kind of indicated that they might get the chance to kind of revisit and continue, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a sweet. They get a nice moment. The whole crew that was a part of this book, because those who don't know, Bucky's a part of it. Clint's a part of it. Yelena's a part of it. We get Anya Corazon, who the Spider Girl, who's a part of it. We get a new character, that Lucy, that everybody jumped on 6 or 8 was her first appearance. So the crew was really fun. They get kind of a sweet moment at the end of this. So there's definitely like, I think they were telling this arc, but I feel like there's so much more that it could easily carry, and I wish it would. Damon's still pitching that murder hobo and the cat. Well, and they do this to her all the time. This is like volume 8 or something, but she's only legacy number is she's only ever had 55 issues. Focus. They never give her more than like a 10 to 15 issue run. And I wish they would just let Thompson tell the story. Yeah, I feel like over the course of the Captain Marvel thing, there's been some really good arcs, and there's been some like the very first arc, I think maybe was the worst. Just from my opinion, it kind of turned me off to the book, and I came back to it later when people were saying it was good. It's been pretty solid for the most part since. This is what I kind of feel like, because several characters get away, and yeah. Hey, cute kitty cat. Cat is sort of kicked out of the office because the dog's kicked out of the office at the moment. So they're both outside. So no cat tonight because the dog was being silly again. Probably, which is just sad because it was definitely one of the better things on the rack, at least to me. Yeah, that is correct. So she just gets, I don't know. I've never been a huge Natasha fan. I am now a huge Natasha fan. I am a huge Yelena fan. So between Florence Pugh's portrayal and her portrayal in this, I love Yelena. Yelena is amazing. Like, that's a character that was not on my radar at all. And yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I may have to go back and read some of those other runs because I had never really read a lot of Black Widow until now. So I'm disappointed it's ending. I hope maybe they get a chance to revisit and go again, but we'll see. So that was it. That was for 2 weeks worth of books. I've done pretty well sticking to my, like, this year, and it's finally really starting to show up that I'm only allowing myself to get 20 books a month. That included for March/April, that included those 2 facsimiles. I forget which month those orders came out of. Yeah, I'm not sure about Wells. He's written some of this Beyond storyline, and I'm not sure. I just don't understand how they can't put one of their better writers on ASM. Maybe nobody, do they just not want it? The pressure? I don't know, but ASM has been for a while now. So yeah, so I originally was going to try to put something together today, and because I've been gone, I was trying to get some stuff done around the house and everything else, and then it was like, and then I had to talk to John about some stuff, and I got here, and it was like, oh, it's time to go live. I never did put a display, so I don't know. Tell me what you guys want in the chat. What do you want the next theme to be? I don't have a theme at the moment, so Brubaker's Winter Soldier. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad I didn't steer you wrong. Anytime I read something I enjoy and then it prompts somebody else to read it and they enjoy it, that makes me feel good. Because yeah, I love this run, and I'm a huge fan of the characters now. So Gore with always solid reading advice. So you can never go wrong if you're following Gore's reading picks, I don't think. So someone who doesn't steer you wrong. Animal covers. I don't know that I have very many animal covers. I don't. I'm trying to think. I'd have to look. I don't know that I have enough animal covers. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just feel like ASM's going to sell no matter what, so they just don't have to try. And they feel like, so they put him on a book like Hulk or something that they want to keep that they got some momentum coming off of Al Ewing's run, and they want to keep momentum, I guess. But it just seems weird. It really does. So speaking of pick a comic where you can randomly do that. There you go. If Cage did Spider-Man, it would be interesting. I read that. Read the first like 2 trades of that years and years ago. I don't know exactly how long that run lasts, but it's been a long time. I remember really enjoying it. I did not read Spider-Punk. I did not pick that up. Again, that's sort of, there's a lot of stuff that just kind of falls by the wayside for me because I try to keep it. I'm trying to keep so few books, and there's some series I just collect. So there's just, yeah. I think that's it exactly. Oh, the two, oh yeah. That they, why they avoid putting one of the big boys on ASM, probably. So yeah, so if you guys want to see here, let's just pull this up. Hey all, Thunderhouse. I'm thinking Ald is not a fan of Kate. You would think. Yeah, pretty much. They seem to only do indie stuff. So let's pull this up. So as you guys know, I'm pre-ordering everything now. And last month my pre-order was like, what was it? I only ended up with like 16 books. Like I'm keeping myself to 20. So my pre-order for May was 15 books. And that included one book that I did 2 covers of. So yeah. So for April, what I got right now on my list, I'm a little over at the moment. I got to cut some things. Well, it just depends on how many covers I get of a couple things. I'm not actually over. But there's a couple things that I want like multiple covers of, and that would put me over. So I'm not doing Action Comics. I don't do Aquaman. I adore Bad Girls. Like, I am not the target audience for Bad Girls. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But I freaking adore the series. Like, it is so much fun. I love these 3 characters. You guys know I'm a sucker. It's had some good variants. So far, I've refused to do anything but the A covers. I also feel like the A covers really fit the book really well. Let's see here. Tinian's Nightmare Country, which I got to read Friday, is a generic horror. I think I read a Game of Sandman or the excellent Corinthian Death of Venice. You would think. So Batgirls continues to make my list. I will probably continue at least through number 4 of Batman Beyond White Knight because I will wait and read number 2 to see if it's going to like turn me off. I am tempted. I've been getting both covers for all the White Knight stuff. I do not know if I'm going to keep that up for this series. Right now, I have both of them on my page, which gets me 3 books. I don't know that I'm going to keep doing both covers. Bondo! Yeah, Rosenberg would be a good choice. Yeah. They have been. I just need to, like, I have not been buying anything but the main A. But so right now, like, for the first 2, I ordered both covers of White Knight. Actually, first 3, I ordered both covers. I don't know if I'm going to keep that up for the whole series or not. So I have ordered every issue of Batman Catwoman, even though I've been vastly disappointed in it. I will probably, early on, I was getting 2 covers of it. I was getting the Lee and the Man. I will probably get one. I don't know which of these 2 covers I'm going to get. I'm not getting both covers again. I'll probably get the wedding dress one, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. And just finish it out. But I have been vastly disappointed in that series. So there's 4 books. I'm not reading Batman Fortress. And because Batman Catwoman sucks so much, I'm not reading Tom King's Killing Time. Not doing it. Not doing Batman Superman. Although, honestly, this cover, Lois and Selena on a cover of World's Finest, And it's Derek Chu, who sometimes I like, but this cover looks awful. And I don't know if I can make it bigger. Can I make it bigger for you guys? Like I'm not a huge Derek Chu fan, but this one, sometimes his stuff is pretty good. This cover looks terrible to me. Like something about them just looks off. How do you have a Lois and Selena cover and it looked like crap? The Knight, which is Zardisky on Batman, I got issue 1, and I decided I was just going to wait for a trade on that. So that one got dropped. I haven't been doing Urban Legends. Here's a Batman Zatanna cover that also looks crappy to me. Batman 124, which is the last Williamson issue, and I believe it's part of this, still part of this event. That'll be because 125 is Zardisky takes over. I'll get 24 just to keep my run going. Just the A cover. So what is that going to be? That gives me to $5. Black Adam, bleh. Blood Syndicate, who cares? Catwoman, you guys know I'm getting the Frizzen. Because, yeah, but I am tempted, if I have room, to get this Jeff DeCall cover with her and Harley. I don't know why, but I really like that cover. I think that's pretty cool. So, saying the first issue of World's Finest was pretty good. For all the Dan Mara is amazing. I didn't. So, I just decided World's Finest just didn't make the cut for me. Again, I collect Catwoman, but I might get both of those covers. We'll see. Well, depends on how much room I got. I'm not doing the Dark Crisis event. No. Dark Knights of Steel. No. That one I'll wait for a trade. I've heard good things about it. Don't care about DC Pride, DC versus Vampire Killers. Nope. I've heard. Well, I won't give spoilers, but I heard that the main bad guy in DC versus Vampires was a little. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of I'm a big fan of Archer. I'm not a big fan of his proteges, for sure. They're very hit or miss for me. Still talking about Dan Moore's art. We'll get to that in a second. Detective, I'm still just getting the A cover of him and Talia are apparently back at it. So this stuff is Duo, Earth Prime, don't care. Fables, I'll get the trade when the time comes. Don't read Flash. I'm not reading Flashpoint Beyond. I'm not reading Future State. I've heard really good things about this Harley run, but I'm not collecting it at the moment. It's not made the cut. I am Batman, Joker, don't care, Jurassic League. What? Jurassic League? I apparently didn't even notice that last month. What the frick? Mark Waid and yeah. Monkey Prince, blah blah blah, Multiversity, blah blah blah. Naomi. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tempted just to buy multiple copies because I love this cover so much. Right now I just have one on the list. But I am very tempted to buy multiple copies of this cover because I love this Bruno Redondo cover of Dabs and Dick. This is just, I don't know. I love that cover. Not a fan of the art. Okay, I can get that. Jurassic League. Okay, I'm out of the loop. So yeah, you guys know I'm always getting Nightwing, but I might have to get multiple copies of that cover. I just can't help it. Don't care about Nubia. Yeah, Redondo is definitely killing it. I am definitely gonna give Poison Ivy a shot. I will get the A for sure, and then I'm probably gonna try to order. You guys are talking about it. I'm gonna try to see if I can track down this Dan Mora variant because fire. That is fire right there. So I also saw there was a 1 in 25 for that one that is pretty badass too. Not getting Robin, not getting Rogues. So I think that's it. I think that's the end of my DC. If I get those 2 covers of Ivy, yeah, Task Force Z, Wonder Woman. I've stopped collecting Wonder Woman at the moment. Yeah, then we're into omnibuses. So from Marvel side, yeah, he definitely is for sure. I heard good things about Rogues, but I'm not gonna add it. I actually probably have room right now, but I don't want to add it because if I got 2 covers of Poison Ivy, 2 copies of Nightwing, and both covers of Catwoman, and both covers of Beyond. I'm at 12 books for the month, and I only allow myself 20, so I can cut pretty easily and get those out if I want to. Get back up here. Okay. AXE, I don't know what that is. Alien, nope. ASM, I'll get the A of 5. There's a Dodderman Hellfire Gala. If that comes out before I order, we'll see. 900, also number 6/900. I'll probably just get the A. I know there's some decent variants, but I don't know. Most of the variants I can't see yet. And I'll probably just get the A. I'm not buying multiple copies of 900. Yeah. As someone who's read a lot of Nightwing, yeah, it's probably better than the 90s run that I love so much. That's more nostalgia than how great it was. Yeah. Avengers, X-Men, Eternals. Okay, that's the AXE. Gotcha. Ant-Man, I'm not going to read. Avengers Forever, whatever. Black Panther, no Black Widow. I don't read Cap. I was tempted to get Captain Carter, but I'm not going to jump in late. I'm just let it go. I've heard people like it. Still getting Captain Marvel. Curious where this whole binary story goes. So yeah, that's on there. So that's only 2 ASMs plus a Captain Marvel. No Carnage, no Daredevil for me. No Defenders. Fantastic Four, Fortnite. I'm just scrolling through here. I've heard really good things on Captain Carter. I probably am getting the Romita Jr. covers. That's the worst thing about on the Spider-Man, but yeah. Like, are the new baseball games I'm told? Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure I understand that reference exactly. Gambit apparently is getting a new volume. Gambit sucks. He's almost as bad as Cyclops. Janice Vale is getting one. Okay. Ghost Rider. More Hulk. Hulkling and Wiccan. Immortal X-Men and with a Mark Brooks Emma Frost cover. Oh, damn. But no, I'm probably gonna skip that. Megan Hittrick Emma Frost cover. But I'm not gonna collect Immortal X-Men, but yeah. If I'm gonna get an Emma cover, it's probably that DeCall one I'll go back to that was on the Hellions or whatever. Yeah, at some point I need to go back and read the Zardisky Daredevil run. I've never really read Daredevil, so I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, 308 Marvel things. So some of that's trades and other stuff. Yes, Unruly knows the truth about Gambit. Yeah, go say hi to the family. We'll come back. No silly covers. No. Yeah, Iron Cat. What the? I like Black Cat. And what the? No, I'm not doing Iron Cat. Iron Fist, Iron Man, Hellcat. Yeah. Whatever. A whole bunch of on the Marvel side. I don't think only got one more Marvel book, I think, before, other than the Star Wars stuff. So this one, I don't know. Since this Gronbeck has kind of taken over for Aaron on the Jane books, they have not been as good. Not been bad, but not nearly as good. And so she's getting the hammer back, and I was like really enjoying the Valkyrie stuff. I will probably give this a shot. We'll see. Because it's my girl Jane. You guys know I love Jane, but yeah. So I'll probably give this a shot. I'll get one and see. I don't know which cover I'm going to grab, but I'm not reading all these 8 bajillion X-Men titles. I'm not doing it. Marauder. I'm just no. More Pride stuff. I don't read Miles and Moon Girl. Interesting, but I'm not reading it. Miles. Nope. Moon Knight. We'll get to the show in a minute. What's time? How far are we in? We're 36 minutes. Okay. And then, yeah, it's down to the Star Wars stuff. Everything else, Punisher, Sabretooth, blah, blah, blah. Fired, Jenny Frizen, Cloak, and Dagger. Like Dagger looking fine on that cover. But not getting that. Gwen verse #1 was so terrible. Guys, I know I love my Gwen stuff. Gwen verse #1 was terrible. Unfortunately, I've already pre-ordered 2 and 3. I am not pre-ordering 4. Not going to do Spider-Punk. Not doing Bounty Hunters. Continue to do Darth Vader. Love Darth Vader's run. Chewie. I started Obi-Wan, so we got 1 and 2. We're getting a copy of #2 of Obi-Wan. That gets me to 18 if I do all those double covers that I talked about for the month. And then the only book left here is how many copies of The Mandalorian I'm going to get. They don't have most of the covers out. I don't know if I'm going to get many of the variants. I may just do like 2 copies of #1 to finish it out with 19 and 20. And then maybe that's it. We'll see. Now, you guys are like, no indies. I'm very much off the indie train. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. It's very weird, but they're saying the hammer just shows up at her door. So, yeah. So if I did that and I do 2 copies of The Mandalorian, #1, then I'm back to even. I'm at 20. There was another book I was tempted by that I didn't. I should have scrolled to. There was one book I was tempted by that I didn't get to yet. Let's go back to the Marvel. I'll scroll down. Well, anyway, I won't show it because I won't share again. It was the variants. It's the new Jessica Jones book that's by Gail Simone and stuff. That sounds interesting, but I'm probably going to skip it. And I'm skipping the indies at this moment. I skipped out on Little Monsters after the first issue. It didn't do enough to hook me to make me buy the individual issues. And so, yeah, I'm just going to stick to the trades on the indie stuff. So we'll see. Somebody's forgiving me. Fables have been necromantic. It's definitely a thing happening. I have no idea what's going on, but yeah. It just looks interesting. I don't know if I'll try it or not. I'm tempted. I have never collected the individual issues of Something's Killing Children. I just read the trades. And that's kind of how I've been on a lot of stuff. It's not that I don't love the indies. It's that I only want to buy stuff I really want in my collection. So I focus on, and my collection is very focused, like on specific things. And if I start going down the indie road, man, I either have to cut all these things that I've been collecting, and which probably the indies are probably better reads than some of them, but like you're talking about cutting ASM, you're talking about cutting Batman. You're talking about cutting a bunch of stuff to make room for indies. And I would rather just, at this point for indies, I would rather have like this. I'm big on hardcovers. I'm big on trades. I like having the whole story. I'm okay with not having those issues. Like, will I go back and get some number ones of something I really love? Yeah. I'm sure, but the other advantage of not buying a bunch of indies is I don't get hooked into buying a bunch of number ones that I don't like, that I didn't have to do something with. Because for every indie that's great, there's probably 4 or 5 that are like, eh. And I don't end up with that thing. You guys can tell me what's really good. I wait for a trade and I read it. That's yeah, for sure. So that's how I'm doing it. Okay, so that's where we're at. I'm probably gonna put my order in here in the next couple days for previews. But yeah, thanks. So that's my strategy for indies. And then I mean, if I find one I just love that somebody recommends to me, like after the first trade or something, then I might start collecting the individuals. But probably not a lot of doing that on indies. So, only other thing I had that I was going to talk about, because I talked about the indie show, talked about my reads this week, talked about my pre-orders, and I was going to talk a little Moon Knight. So I'm not really going to spoil, I don't think. Trades are the way. But if you haven't seen episode 2, probably should peace out, as Unruly is doing later, my friend. Because I don't know that I can talk about it without giving at least some level of spoilers. I mean, it just depends on how much like you want to be spoiled. I continue to love Moon Knight through the first 2 episodes. I've found it interesting and fun, and I think Oscar Isaac is putting on one hell of a performance, playing the multiple sides of this character. I know, a reminder, I knew nothing about Moon Knight going into this other than a couple times where he's crossed over with Spider-Man or maybe an Avengers book or something. So I have no reference. So I'm curious what people in the chat say about how close this actually is to the comics in terms of the way they're telling the story. But I am digging it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I think Oscar Isaac is doing, like I said, a fantastic job. And well, you're a huge fan, and that the fact that you're a huge Moon Knight fan before this and you're enjoying the show, that tells me a lot. That tells me a lot that they are hitting all the right notes. So pretty far off. So he's saying it's not that close. Interesting. Okay. So it's very different from the comics, but it's true to the idea of the character. Interesting. So Sam's a big fan and he's loving it, but you guys are saying that it's not really like he likes it more than the comics he's read. Okay, this is intriguing. It's definitely a good start, and I love the way they've handled Steven, kind of that we followed, kind of discovering this, like the slow reveal of this other side or part of himself. And I love that it appears now that we're going to get Mark's side going forward for a little bit. And we kind of get, and we'll see where we go from there. I love the way they handled the Moon Knight versus Mr. Knight thing. I thought that was fun. I have no reference point for what that design and that character is. I just thought the whole thing has been handled really well. I think Ethan Hawke's been a very menacing, intriguing kind of villain. Not like the comic, better. Okay. They're taking big liberty with the alternate personality of Steven. Okay. Making big changes, but they're intriguing. So you guys are not, you're continuing to sell me on the show, but not necessarily the comic, to go back and read the comics. So that's interesting. But because it's a character I've never really had much interest in, but I'm really enjoying the show. I don't okay. Very nice. I'm glad that you guys so many people seem to be loving it. I have loved it for real. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know that I'm going to go into a ton of. I'm curious to see Layla's role. It was nice to get a little more background on Khonshu because I had none, so that was interesting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where it's going. And I'm looking forward to getting more of Mark going forward because I feel like Mark is like tends to be the more dominant. Grant is a wealthy Hollywood. Okay, so they've completely changed the Steven side. Interesting. So no, I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know that I really gave spoilers. I think all the performances have been good. I feel like it's really just. I mean, the show has been dominated. The first 2 episodes have been dominated by Oscar Isaac, with a little interplay off of other people occasionally. Some decent interplay in this episode off of Ethan Hawke's character, but it's been like Oscar Isaac, and he has been just fantastic. And fits the MCU better. Okay. Yeah, less like Batman. Yeah, because I'd always heard he was just like Marvel's Batman, like this weird, but he was also like multiple personality, Marvel's Batman with multiple personalities, and it was like, what? And that never really intrigued me. This doesn't feel like that at all to me. This does not feel like a Batman clone thing, which is what always probably turned me off. This feels like its own thing, and this seems really interesting. So I'm glad that people are. Yeah, he hasn't been on very much. I mean, literally, like, I don't know what both episodes are like 40 something minutes, and it's been like 40 minutes of Oscar Isaac almost by himself. I'm like, yeah. I assume he's talking about the new comic run, the current run. So I have to see. I might have to we'll see if I'm tempted to actually follow up and read a little Moon Knight after this. See where the show goes. I'm not going to read any until the show is over, and then we'll decide. But I'm loving it so far. I think it has the potential to maybe be I think the start is really, really solid. I don't know that it'll end up being my favorite Marvel show so far, but I think it has that potential. Like, the setup has been really good. So we'll see. It just depends on where it goes. It's got a long way to go. So, but I'm looking forward to the journey. I wasn't sure I would be, but it has me absolutely hooked. And yeah, so I don't know that I really gave spoilers, but I didn't, but yeah, so far, excellent. 2 thumbs up for me on Moon Knight. We are at 50 minutes, so I'm going to do a real quick recap, and then I'm probably going to crash and go to bed because I'm still very tired from the week. But so Moon Knight is good. Still really good. Really sad to see Black Widow end. I've loved this series the whole way, but that it ends with 15. I'm hoping Kelly Thompson and Casagrande get another shot. I've loved the art in this issue. She posted the dual page, the 2-page spread on her Instagram today, like that's in this book, like the pencils, the inks, and the color of her fighting the living blade with Elena kind of in the center. And it is such a great 2-page spread. The art is really, really good. I've really enjoyed the art the whole run. I've enjoyed the Adam Hughes covers. I've enjoyed Kelly Thompson's writing. I am sad to see this end. And it's giving me a new appreciation for Natasha and for Yelena, and even a little bit for Clint. I mean, I enjoyed Clint from like the Fraction Run and stuff, but Clint and Bucky have played fun roles in this. I'm gonna miss that book. I really am. I'm a little bit surprised. I think they're trying to hold it. What I think we're gonna get is I think they were holding it till after Moon Knight got going, because they didn't want to be advertising for Moon Knight and Doctor Strange. We're starting to get into the run-up. Doctor Strange still is until May. They're going to have to give us a trailer before. I think they're trying to get us through the first part of Moon Knight and then launch the trailer for Thor. And then we won't get the trailer for the next like Marvel show till after Doctor Strange. Oh, no, we already got the trailer, though, for Miss Marvel, didn't we? So I don't know. I don't know what the holdup is. I'm okay with it, though. I don't need the trailer. I need a trailer because I got a couple books I want to sell that have Jane Foster's Thor, but I don't need the trailer as a fan. I'm hooked anyway, so there you go. Hey, Archimus, what is going on, man? White Knight, Batman Beyond White Knight. I don't know. I don't know what I think about this. So I did get both covers. I don't know. We'll see where it's going. I'm not super hyped about that first issue. Batman is currently in a crossover with a bunch of books I don't read, so I don't know what's going on there. The wrap-up of the ASM run, poor Ben Reilly, treated poorly again. And it's got the potential, I think. It's got the potential. I have not seen the leak, so yeah. There you go. For sure. Fun. Another submission to CGC or TJ or CBCS just to get them back. We'll see. I gotta get some books pressed and sent off again. And then I got the 2 facsimiles that came out the last 2 weeks. So yeah, so that was my pickups. And then things coming up. Gore's look, it's interesting. All right. Well, I don't know. They've sort of done a poor job with villains in the Thor movies overall, I feel like. Well, I guess you got Loki, but like the outside of Loki, like Malekith was poorly handled, in my opinion. The Frost Giants haven't been very cool. Even Hela wasn't great, or Surtur for that matter. But okay, well, he does kind of have that, but he is kind of like that, though. Yeah. So, and then so tomorrow, Cash or Trash. Tomorrow night, D&D. Oh, so it's cleared out. I could no longer use. I'm gonna have to find a new Worth It thing for Cash or Trash, because I did it. Like I've noticed, like the last 4 or 5 Cash or Trash, they always put me like do limited ad suitability for like, and they put me on limited thing, and I have to do an appeal and thing. And then they did it today for my live look back, because I did the look back live today because I didn't have time to like record and edit when I got home yesterday, and they limited it. And it's the only time that happens is when I use TJ's Darth Vader Worth It within smoking, and it's clearly the cigarette thing is triggering the ad limitation. So like it got like no views because they're not promoting it, they're not doing anything because that's in there. So Yes, yours was awesome. I did go back and watch TJ. So I did after I fell asleep during. I was so tired. I'm still so tired. It's like I have not recovered the stress of hosting that meeting and running a virtual and in-person conference and doing all the computer crap. Oh, my week was so long. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to find a new Worth It. Your Worth It is triggering the censors on YouTube. So it's the only thing I can think of that's triggering it, because if I don't use that, like, this will not get that ad suitability thing. Nice. Very cool. When's that due back? Oh, you were telling me, yeah. So my 10 books are still sitting there. Yeah. And my they did finally log my mechanical error in. So we'll see. But it hasn't moved yet. So hopefully I'll get that back sooner rather than later. But yeah, I think that's it. That's all I got. And Tuesday, we're going to wrap up Invincible, and I'm probably going to consider that the final show. I don't know. We'll see. If I can't schedule something else in April, I might do one more. But I'm going to consider this probably will be the final show of season 2 of the indie show as we wrap up Invincible, and then we'll move into season 3 from there. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Always appreciated. And we will catch you next time. Later.